Shalom, shalom, shalom. Once again, this is your brother Yah'EL Ezra ben Levi coming at you again with another quick video. I would like for you to join me in the book of Deuteronomy chapter 6. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 6. I will be doing this reading out of the Living Torah, starting at verse 1. This is the mandate, the rules and the laws that Yahweh your God commanded me to teach you, so that you shall keep them in the land you are crossing over to occupy. Remain in awe of Yahweh your God, so that you will keep all his rules and laws that I am prescribing to you. You and your children and your children's children must keep them as long as they live, so that you will live long and endure. As long as they live, so that you will long endure. Verse 3. Listen, Israel, and be careful to do it. Things will then go well for you, and you will increase very much in the land flowing with milk and honey, just as Yahweh, the God of your fathers, promised you. Verse 4. Listen, Israel. Yahweh is God. Yahweh is one. It is Shema Israel, Yahweh Elohim, Yahweh Echad. He is one. It said, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your might. These words which I command you today must remain in your hearts. Teach them to your children and speak of them when you are at home, when you are traveling on the road, and when you lie down, and when you get up. Bind these words as a sign upon your hands, and let them be an emblem in the center of your head. Also write them on the parchment to affix to the doorposts of your house and gates. But I want to go back to verse 1. It said, this is the mandate and the rules and the laws that Yahweh your God command me to teach you, so that you shall keep them. And that is where I want to target this video. Why we are so broken and fragmented as a people is because we have not embraced all that is ours. It is not enough for us to embrace the written text. We have to also embrace the further instructions that give us clarity, that give us the know-how, that give us the proper application of the written text. And that is better known as the Torah or the oral traditions. Now, I gave an example that my father, Yahweh bless his memory, I'm the baby out of 7. I had 4 older brothers, and I have 2 older sisters. I'm the baby. But my father taught all the boys how to cut grass. He didn't simply say, cut the grass. No, he instructed us on how he want the grass properly cut. And I believe that is a good illustration to reveal why would we think that our God, that our King, that our shield, that our buckler would not instruct us on how to carry out his will. Yahweh did not leave it up to the 12 tribes of Israel to interpret it for themselves on what God meant on keeping the laws, on keeping the Torah. There were 12 camps. Each camp did not observe Shabbat on different days. Dan was not like, well, in my spirit, I think Sabbath is Wednesday. I'm going to keep it on Wednesday. Reuben was it like, nah, brother. In my spirit, I believe Yahweh is telling me the Shabbat is really on Monday. So my tribe, my camp, we're going to keep it on this day because that's what I feel in my spirit. No. Yahweh did not leave how to walk according to his will to our own imagination. Yahweh gave further instructions to Moshe Rabbeinu, our master prophet, our master teacher, on what it is to properly carry out the Torah, the instructions of Yahweh according to his pleasure. So that meant we have to understand we are not to work on Shabbat. We are not to work on Shabbat so that we can observe the Shabbat. So simply not working on Shabbat does not mean that you are keeping Shabbat. It just means that you are not working your job on the Shabbat. That's all that means. Because I could cease from doing my job that earns me an income on Shabbat. But everything that I am doing while I'm not working, I could still be violating Shabbat. Because I do not know the further instructions that governs me within Shabbat. Hope that makes sense. Our oral traditions, or the oral Torah, gives further instructions on how to properly keep the laws of God, the commandments of God. And when we as a people do not embrace the whole of what Yahweh gave us, we will be found doing what we see a lot of our people doing today. There are many Israelite communities that is observing Sabbath on a different time, different days. There are people that are observing the high holy days at different times. There was a group not too long ago that just kept that observed Passover almost a month ago. And that is because we are not governed as a people by all that which is for us to help us walk in this way, this righteous way that is holy before Yahweh. So I'm just encouraging all of you to not have a closed mind, to open your mind and say, is it something else that I could be missing? Because we have to understand, we do not see an instruction from Yahweh, from Moshe, saying, just tell the people the 613 laws, just tell it to them and leave it to themselves for them to come up with how they should do it. Whatever way feels good to their spirit, and that way, let them walk. Do you know the confusion that would have been in the camp? people going about doing what they thought was right, Yahweh did not leave that to us. Yahweh gave further instructions to Moshe to properly teach us so that we will all be on one accord and we will all be observing the Torah together in peace and harmony. So for people in Israel to say, well, I don't get that in my spirit. My spirit tells me that Sabbath is this day, and I'm going to go with my spirit. We don't see no instruction like that Yahweh gave Moses to tell our ancestors. Remember, we are not to lean upon our own understanding. We are to acknowledge him in all our ways. And that just don't simply mean, well, I'm just going to go to Yahweh so he could guide me. It also means we're not leaning upon our own understanding. We're embracing all that Yahweh gave us. That's how we are acknowledging him in all our ways. We go to that which he gave to us so that we could honor him. So my brothers and my sisters, I'm just encouraging you to challenge yourself, to dig deeper, to enlarge the tent of your learning and embrace many things that you may have pushed to the side because you thought it wasn't your portion. Because you thought, oh, that was created by the European Jew. They created that thing. That's not what God gave us. Everything God gave us is just written in the text. But is that so? Is that true? Because it's a lot of things that we have learned. There's a lot of things that we had to unlearn to learn more. This journey is ongoing. So do not allow yourself to close your mind off from learning further. I used to be an opponent to the oral tradition, to the oral Torah, to the concept of it. Because I too was taught, and I believe everything in the written is just what we need. It gives us all the tools that we need. But when you read it and study it and really ponder what it says, you can plainly see it's a lot missing. And what I mean, there's a lot missing. What we see missing is how to carry it out properly. So all I'm saying, my brothers and my sisters, dig deeper. Challenge yourself. Ask yourself, do I got it all? Everything that Yahweh wants me to have I embraced it all? Many is waking up to the reality that they are Israel. Many are embracing the customs, the traditions. They have gravitated to Torah, the written 5 books of Moses. And they're trying to please Yahweh. And we have too much hit and miss because we have left out the oral traditions to guide us in the proper observance of Yahweh's will. And when I challenge myself to be humble, to allow those much learned than me to teach me, for me to humble myself and put aside my pride and my arrogance, and come before Yahweh and say, Yahweh, open my eyes that I may behold the beauty of your Torah. Help me, Yahweh. Yahweh helped me. But then I had to carry out my part. And it caused me to dig deeper than what I ever did before. Sometimes Yahweh will guide you in truth that is uncomfortable to you, because it wars against everything that you thought you was right in. You got to understand, the things that Yahweh will show you will not always be comfortable to you. So this idea that whenever Yahweh speaks or whenever Yahweh guides, it will always be pleasing to our spirit. And that's how we know it's Yah, because I just felt so warm and fuzzy inside. So it had to be from God. Our father Abraham knew the voice of God. Do you thought he was all warm and fuzzy inside when he heard Yahweh say, offer your son to me? Come on. No, he wasn't. But he knew the voice of God, and he knew to obey God. So we got to get out of this ideal that if it's from God, I would just feel so good in my spirit. No. Sometimes God will instruct us to do something that is very uncomfortable, and it will not feel good. But you say you know his voice. And another way we could know his voice is we know his Torah, we know his instructions, and we carry them out according to the language, context, traditions of our people. Yes, there are people out there that are teaching falsehood, saying it's the traditions of our ancestors. Yes, we have to guard ourselves from such. But we can't have such a wall up that we are also keeping from us that which Yahweh gave to us by way of our ancestors. So my brothers and my sisters, are you fully obeying God to the best of your ability, or are we lacking? And I say we, because I am still learning. I'm still opening myself up to things according to all that Yahweh gave. And I also know within this that I must humble myself to be taught by those much learned. Because that is also Yahweh's will. That is what he established. And we need to walk in that way. And that's all I wanted to share at this time. This is your brother Yah'EL Ezra ben Levi. Till next time. Shalom.